be expanded and utilized and tell good stories, there's, again, those two sides will never really meet. And I think that I can understand the moral aspect of it in terms, and I'm not talking about morality in the global sense, I'm talking about it in terms of the legal term as it's used in, like if a creator says, I don't want to be done with this. So I can understand that. At the same time, I can also understand that there are some really wonderful, talented people who really think that there's some valuable stories to be told, and dare to ask those questions and explore it, knowing full well that they may get their head handed to them and then start a shitstorm. Pardon my French, but it's a moral issue. But at the end of the day, if it flies, if it's good, that's really what it comes down to. So I think that at this point, the whole reverence is still, this is not going to destroy the reverence for that, and if anything, I think it will bring more people in. So it's, I think it's kind of a win-win.
So basically, you kind of just disregarded Alan Moore.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Hold on a second. Got a comment and a question, and while I completely respect what you guys are doing, and I applaud you for doing it, I am a little confused about the comedian, because if I understand the original work, the comedian assassinated Kennedy at Nixon's behalf. In the current series, it really appears he's in tight with the family, and it came as news to him when the assassination happened.
He never said he killed Kennedy, ever, in the book.
I know, but having read it and the way they portrayed it in the movie, it appeared to me that's what happened.
So it happened in the movie, like I said. Okay. In the book, it's a giant squid.
So I misunderstood the reading of the book.
What continuity am I supposed to be beholden to in that? Am I supposed to be beholden to the book or the movie?
Oh, no, absolutely the book.
So that's what I'm doing.
So I misunderstood the book, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
He says don't, there's actually two points where it's referenced in the book. He says, when he's at that cocktail party, don't ask me where I was when Kennedy got shot, or when the president got shot. He's laughing, he's making a joke about it. He didn't say he didn't do it. And there's another point where Ozymandias says that he was in Dallas. And I took that as kind of like, Ozymandias, he's such a smart, smug asshole. It's like, let's make him wrong about this. Let's put him someplace else.
Okay. And the question is,
and also that was just hearsay,
Right.
So
it's just I found it confusing because that's what I thought in my mind I thought it was a contradiction. But I understand now. But the other question is, when the smoke clears, when all this is done, is it going to lead into some sort of ongoing series?
I don't know. Eventually, you want me to guess?
No, I mean in general, not just you don't know about it in general.
Eventually, I would venture to say yes, probably. It's just the way things are working.
We're not breaking news here, though.
What's that?
We're not breaking news here, so don't freak out.
Yeah.
We're not working on it, I'll tell you.
Yeah, we're done. I mean, I had these two stories to tell about these two characters, and that's probably all I'm ever going to have to say about them.
I really think it's all brilliant. I was just a little confused.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We all feel that way, don't worry.
All right, thank you.
Nice sweater, too.
And by the way, just an addendum on
For any of
that.
the creators in Dallas, I'm just curious.
We thought there was enough wiggle room in the text that, play around with that.
I can only speak for myself. As the head of marketing for DC, I have never been involved in a conversation to date that involved anything with Watchmen outside of Before Watchmen. Doesn't mean other people in the building haven't had that conversation, but it's not on my radar. It's not even been a point of discussion. Next.
Yeah, that's fine. With Mulak, which, will it be, where's it start, I guess? I really do not know. Like I heard about Mulak, and all I thought at first was just why? So, that's not clear.
Yeah.
Where's it? Where are you going from?
Well, as Amanda said, I wish I could tell you exactly where it goes, but you know.
too many spoilers, I
Yeah,
guess.
you have Straczynski and Eduardo Riso. It's a good bet.
All right.
You're gonna like where it
Yeah, I
goes.
mean, he's the
And I'm
only,
not just saying that, it's,
Yeah.
you know, there's some real.
No, everything is just exceeded beyond my expectations in the series, but, you know, I
I
was
mean, he's
just
the only real kind of super villain that they talk about in the original.
yeah.
And, you know, these guys are sort of getting stuff, and we even, you know, in a logistical way said, we're gonna need some buffers down the road when the dominoes start falling towards the end, you know? I mean, these guys did an amazing job of staying on schedule, but it was a pretty brutal schedule to begin with, and people who aren't necessarily always used to working on that kind of a schedule, so, you know, we started thinking, well, what other things could we do? But knowing we had to find stuff that would meet the same measure of all the others, you know, and so there was, you know, all right, well, you know, we had good success with that Joker book a few years ago, so we're like, oh, yeah, it's always interesting to tell a story from the villain's point of view, sort of. So basically, it's just, you know, it's like an origin story of, you know, this kind of interesting, weird character that you only really see as like this sad old dying man. So it's like, how did he get to that point, you know? So it's great, it's beautiful, it looks amazing.
All right. And then, if Alan Moore was to, you know, somehow stumble upon, you know, each of the issues, and he was like, oh, this is good, and he started reading, what do you think, like, how would you respond to that, if you were to?
See him reading it somewhere?
Yeah, holy shit, Alan Moore, wait a second, I got you right here.
When I was Skyping with him.
Get it on
he wasn't
Twitter
reading it.
now! Get it on Twitter now!
I don't think the server farms on the internet are big enough to handle that one. Right.
Sadly, that question's going to go unanswered because the room staff is eyeing me nervously. We've gone over our time, so I'm afraid we're done here. I want to thank you guys. You've been a terrific audience. Excellent questions. Thank you so much for supporting Before Watchmen.